everyone, welcome back to my messy desk. I have started a new project and I want to make a little series of videos throughout this project, kind of show you what I'm doing and what I'm building. So I am building a barn for my Schleich model horses, but it's kind of a special barn, but I'll get more into that later. So yesterday I didn't film it, but I cut out 3 pieces for the barn. I know it doesn't look that impressive just yet, but I was actually quite happy with myself that I got everything proportioned and cut. And as you can see, I cut in windows, but I made one way too big, so I just stuck the piece back in and cut the new window. And I also saved all the pieces for the doors. I'm thinking I'm gonna do sliding doors, but those are for later, so they're just over there. And I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to wrap the inside of the windows with paper, because of course we just don't want raw foam board, or if I'm going to cut the piece for the back. So I've got to decide what I'm going to start with today. I'm busting out another fresh sheet of foam board. The other one's pretty chopped up. So I traced out the, pattern, and I'm going to cut out this piece for the back of the barn. So here it is compared to the front piece. They turned out pretty much even and the same. So that's good. Now I just have to decide what I want the back of the barn to actually be like. Do I want doors like the front and windows, make it exactly the same? That means I'd have to engineer more doors, which I really don't like doing. So here's what I've decided to go with, a bunch of windows. So since this is the back piece, I'm going to make it so I can take it off, so that the barn will be more accessible. And a lot of pieces, especially roof pieces, I'm going to make so they come off as well. So to put doors and everything on this piece, I thought was a little unnecessary. So I just decided to go with windows, and now I've got to cut them out. So I propped it all up. If a mouse sneezes, it's all going to come tumbling down. But it looks huge, I think. But I think once I start filling in the inside, it won't look so big. But this is the basic frame, the walls. I like it. I think it's going to look good. It is exactly what I envisioned so far. So that's good. Next, I think I'm going to start doing the paper on the windows, around the windows or whatever. I will show you what I'm talking about, so there's no raw foam board. And then I'll start covering these pieces with paper and all that before we can build a base to put all this on. So a foundation is what you would call it for a real barn. So we need a foundation. So I kind of thought I'd explain a little bit why I'm building this barn. Not only is it going to be a super cool barn for the Schleich ponies, but I'm trying to build a model of a barn that I think that is my dream barn. So someday, I don't know when, but someday we are going to build a little barn on our property for our 4 horses. And I'm kind of trying to build a model of the barn that is my dream barn right now. So this is kind of what we got so far. Of course, this could change, but I'm really excited about this. So this barn's going to have 2 stalls. They're on this side, if I can find my finger. Our horses don't really need stalls, so I've only put in 2 stalls. Our horses are really happy living out together in a large paddock. So my plan is to put a large overhang on the side of the barn, and the side of the barn will be connected to a large paddock. So the overhang will be like a shelter, and it will be really open and safe. And there are 2 stalls in case we would need stalls for, like, if a horse would need stall rest or to bring them in to tack up, that kind of thing. So anyway, and there's a whole bunch more space. So there's going to be a tack room, a feed room, and then I'm adding in a tiny apartment, and that's going to be in this area, and that is also what the loft is about, the tiny little loft. So anyway, I think this is going to be really fun, especially building like the little apartment pieces. So this is what we have so far, and I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit the story about this project, because not only is this like a replica of my idea of a barn, but it's also going to be a super cool barn for the Schleich ponies. I'm now doing the paper around the windows. It looks messy right now, but if you just look at the seams around the windows, of the inside of the windows, it's very nice. Everything else will get covered. So this is one done, and we're going to do this one next. So I'm just using regular copy paper, and I'm just measuring, cutting, gluing, and sticking. I have a lot of this to do because I literally put doors and windows and absolutely everything. I cannot get bored of this process too quickly. I just add a tiny bit of glue and a little piece of tape. It would probably just work with a piece of tape, but I like to add a tiny bit of glue just because glue stick would probably work best, but I don't have any of those, so we're just doing it this way. And then I make sure to pull it really tight so it's really crisp when I'm done. Anyway, I want to apologize for not posting any videos for a few weeks. I actually have been sick lately. The day I posted my last video, I woke up not feeling well, and it has been going on ever since then. And I just have not felt like filming at all. So I'm still sick, but I finally feel like doing something. So I'm finally able to start this project, which is good. Can finally get some content going again for you guys. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. That happened, I saw that a few days ago, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, when I started this channel years ago, I never ever thought it would have 100,000 subscribers, and thank you guys so much. Absolutely incredible. So I'm finally done putting the paper around the windows and doors, and I moved on to experimenting with the windows. This window I used toothpicks to make the little window design. That's not what it's called, but I ain't gonna worry about it. And this one I used these other sticks. They're thicker, and the toothpicks definitely look better. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to take those ones out, and I'm now going to paint a bunch of toothpicks. Here are the completed toothpicks. I'm making a really crazy shadow with the sunlight. I had to do 2 coats of paint on them to make them look nice. And each and every one of these steps takes so long. So this is done. I used this espresso color paint. You can't even see probably. It's going to be for all the trim and everything, and I have this English navy. I had to try to say that with an accent. That's silly. This is going to be for all the siding on the outside. There go my toothpicks. Anyway, that is where we're at.